Okay, so part one of Martha is Dead. Um, yeah, I didn't know anything about this game when I started it, other than a couple of things that I saw online when I was just trying to figure out some general info on it. Really, the only thing that I saw online about it was that it had some issues with Sony, and some sort of licensing stuff, and that they had to censor it. I suppose like not that I understand it, but I suppose I can see why they censored it after some of the stuff that we played through. So, um, yeah. So let's get into it. This is part one. Work of fiction. The game contains potentially uncomfortable scenes and covers topics that may distress some players. An option to censor these scenes is provided after this message. The game is for an adult audience only, carrying the appropriate age rating. As an adult only narrative drama, the game used artistic interpretations, visually unsettling. Okay. Okay. Is this going to be like Silent Hill, the short message type? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so this is like, would you like to play the censored version? I'm going to say no. I can always change it later. That's so that right there is about the extent of what I know about this game. Um, I saw like a Twitter or X post from Wired that was like, we told them very specifically this was what was going to be entailed in this. So, all right, I'll shut up.
Ciao, sono Giulia, Giulia K. Sono contenta che tu sia qui. Nessuno veniva più a trovarmi, da anni ormai. Devo raccontarti la mia storia, lo so, ma non so da dove cominciare. Ci sono
What?
così tante cose che... Dovrei iniziare dalla mia infanzia, ma di quel periodo ricordo così poco. Solo quell'estate, era il 29 mi sembra, quando fui mandata a stare dalla tata.
Why isn't it Italian?
Tata, mi racconti la storia della dama?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm changing that to English.
Bianca.
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes, I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story? Even if it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
Seems like an accurate representation of putting a kid to bed.
I loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard
Oh.
it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved.
So that's all.
She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Okay.
Oh, the poor dear. That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is, and we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try. But it makes me so mad. Keep on reading, Nanny.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy.
This is a kid's story?
So he was
Oh.
hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth. Even just for an instant, the lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place. Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film. Put the new film in. Close the camera.
Okay.
Load the film. Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
Uh-oh.
What? Is that a person? I must help them.
Whoa. That's really shaky.
I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
Swimming really slow.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead.
Oh no, she looks kind of dead.
It's not possible. It's not true. There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade. So I
Damn.
meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone. I would have to pretend to be Martha. Forever.
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. E c'è stata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
happening? Who closed the door?
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me? They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we?
No.
Nothing. I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
That's pretty dark. Oh, okay. All right. Oh. Okay. As found. Okay. Oh boy. Martha? Has lost. Her. Go soul.
Martha has lost her soul.
I wonder if that, like, if that little scene right there has any effect on like the outcome of the game. Like if it's similar to like the Quarry, where you kind of choose like your own end, and there's tons of different endings and stuff. Kind of a second person sort of thing.
Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul.
Okay, let's try I. Stole. Her. Identity.
I stole her identity. I stole her identity. I stole her identity. I stole her
Okay, so it's like repeating.
I stole her identity.
I wonder if it's like repeating, and like the more she repeats it, like the more she starts to believe whatever she's repeating.
I stole her identity. I stole her
If I'm thinking about it right, the game kind of has a focus on sort of like
I stole
mental issues or something. Oh. What are we doing? Why are you cutting her face off? What? Yo. What did we just do? What?
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now... Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
Okay.
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened. Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe.
Okay. Confused. It'd been like really
I always keep my
cinematic.
trinket box locked.
Okay. And very like cinematic. Not a whole lot of actual like gameplay.
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together.
Interesting.
I'm already dressed.
Oh, okay. All right. Silly me.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Okay. Okay.
The key to my trinket box.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now.
Okay.
Yes, Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think? What did you say? Okay, I won't wake
July
her up. I'll
16th,
just tell her.
1944.
So when she
There's
wakes up,
something
you know when to
creepy
come
about
down
the
for
woods.
breakfast.
Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them.
Okay.
I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble.
Okay, so we can't talk. Can't do that. Let's go out. Ashtray at the window. Oh, what's over here? Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Ad Infinitum. Like, kind of just exploring things. What else is in the bag? We have a map. Okay. So we need to find one of the photos for the empty frame. We need to find the camera. Okay. L1 to run. I'm still confused about interacting with those, though.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
Okay. That's the
Martha's
run.
breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them.
Okay. So the newspaper.
For Julia, to take more and more photos, Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here.
Okay.
There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them.
1940 roll cord with 120 millimeter film. Take photos throughout the game. Some photos will have hidden elements that will progress the game story. Okay. Icon will appear to indicate points of photographic interest. Okay. Need to find the sparrow. Right? Oh, here we go. That's what we needed. Use camera. What?
Excellent. I've taken the picture, now it's straight to the darkroom in the cellar to print it. Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget.
Okay.
My bike. The wheel is deflated as usual. A bicycle pump will solve this.
Need to find a pump. And we need to read the newspaper.
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth.
Okay.
Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th, a kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers, and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Okay. Now we need to find the cellar. Maybe it's over here. Well, that's... Wait. Maybe?
I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
New camera skin. All right, let's see. Oh, I like that one. That one's way cooler. All right, find the basement.
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce.
What do we got?
These could be of use to me.
Is it a weapon? Maybe? Maybe not. Okay. Not letting me... Okay. It's not letting me interact with them here when it shows the... Oh. We're gonna just go with wine. That's wine. We're fine. But it's not letting me interact with a lot of the items. And I don't know why.
Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here? Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to. There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
I've always wanted to use like a...
Old photographs that Father took of this house.
I've always wanted to kind of like try and use film like that. I think Not because like I would ever really need to, I guess, but kind of crazy that that's how we used to take pictures and stuff on actual film. Okay. There we go. All right, let's try that. So in the green.
Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame. Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Hey, give me my camera back. What? Okay. This is definitely going to be a slow burn. I can kind of tell. But it reminds me a lot of the Quarry. Like really cinematic, a lot of cutscenes. Um, it's almost like playing a movie where you have control over what the character's doing, you know? Okay, that's the one that we want. Wait, wait, wait. There we go. Okay, right there. Let's go. So, there we go. Okay. Expose paper. Okay.
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.